It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1778, recorded Thursday, May 14th, 2020. A blinking good show. On this episode of the Giz Wiz, Dickie D has a what the heck is it gadget. We got some more biking gadgets. I have another hackable gadget, and because of my goof, we got two in the crappy corner and your videos. All next on the Giz Wiz.
It's the same old show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
Now! And here he is, your nerd pathology pathologist, Dick DeBartolo. How you doing, Dickie D?
I'm doing good, sir. And you?
Good. I'm doing very good.
What's new in your life? What exciting thing have you been doing running around town?
Oh, well, haven't been doing much running around town. Been running around my house a little bit.
Oh, okay.
You remember the thing that I showed off last week? I didn't even prepare for this, but I think I'm prepared to talk about it.
Okay, good.
Is the LED controller. And
yes.
My plan was to do something more fancy with it than just have the LEDs laying on the table. And so I actually did that this last week. That was one of my projects. So here is what it is. Let me hit play on this. Play. Oh, it does not want to play. Please play. Oh,
is it on YouTube?
Play. No, it's just on my phone. So here, I'll just get there. There we go. So there it goes. So now it animates around the edge of this board that I put up. And so that is the robotic lights, which we also showed off on the show.
Yes.
And I just wanted to clean up all the wires. So I just got a big old piece of wood, painted it, and then put the LEDs behind it and used that exact stuff that I showed off on the show to have it animate around it, which is kind of fun. So that's what I did. How about you? Going around town, seeing friends?
Let's see. Showstoppers had a little 3-item webinar today, so that was kind of interesting. And boy, nothing really exciting. So what I did is, since we didn't have too much to talk about, and I have 3 letters I wanted to do this week, I'm just going to do 1 letter in host chat. Okay. Because it's interesting and it concerns you, actually. And I don't know this viewer, but it says, Dick, I want to point out Chad is less than 2,000 people away from having 1 million subscribers on his OMG Craft YouTube channel. At this rate, he should reach 1 million by May 15th to 16th. That's like tomorrow or the day after. I thought you wanted to know a devoted Giz Wiz fan and watcher. And proud parents. OMG mom. And OMG dad. AKA Selena and Dane Johnson.
That is funny. Thanks, Mom.
That's impressive.
Thanks. Thank you. It is.
A million.
I couldn't be more happy. So OMG Craft is really, really close. Here is the channel. You can see this is itty bitty.
998K. Oh my gosh.
And the back end that I can see is showing that I'm getting about 1,000 subscribers a day, and it's kind of been picking up in the last few days. So there's a pretty big chance that by this time tomorrow, we will have passed 1 million subscribers, which is
Then do you get another one of those gold-plated?
So I have the silver play buttons.
Yeah.
And these are for 100,000. And what's funny is these are, I guess, handmade. I guess probably the other one is handmade. But they went with a new company. And the new company has a new design of of award, and they actually went with a company that makes like the Emmys and stuff like that. They went with like a real reward company. But this is the one for 100,000, so passing 100,000 subscribers, and so I'll get a new design of this, but it'll be a new award for 1 million.
Wow.
So very excited about that.
Very impressive. Very
Thank you.
impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Oz came in to my studio here. This is for.
Oh, that's the.
This is for subscribers we have. I think it's the paper version.
Yeah, it goes paper, silver, and then gold. Yeah.
We're working toward it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm crazy excited. Crazy excited.
I think it's very, very. It's just amazing. It's great.
Thank you.
It's great. Should we just start in?
Yeah, let's jump in.
So I replaced the gadget I was going to do with this because I was hoping to be the first to break it since the press release came in at noon. I'm going to do it as a what the heck is it? So I sent you a link to a photo, and chat room can join in. So what do you think? So this is a gadget coming out in the fall. Okay, a third quarter gadget. And so what do you think that might be?
I mean, the easiest guess would be like a pedometer. But is there like a... It looks like there's a pickaxe on it or something. There's like some... Maybe it's a sword? Is this some type of game? Obviously, it looks like a Apple Watch, too.
All right, we're getting... So Beatmaster said something for seniors, an altimeter, Valve. Scooter X said it helps read the words on an item. Captain J says, help out phone, I can't get up.
Yeah.
A tracker. Okay, a kid tracker.
The pick/sword thing is making me feel like it's a game. Like, I wonder if there's some type of like maybe movement game. Like if you get out and walk, you get points somehow or something like that.
No, a dog whistle, read braille, safe. Oh my God.
Did someone get it?
Yes. Let me just see. Ben showed. It is, let me show it to you. It is Safe Spacer.
Oh my gosh.
The wearable distance monitor.
Wait a second. Is everybody supposed to wear one of these?
Oh, well, listen to this. So this is your chat room and Chad. This is your second guess. What does the Safe Spacer sell for? Okay.
Ooh.
The Safe Spacer, well, you think about it. Lightweight wearable device.
Too much.
That helps workers and visitors maintain safe social distancing, enabling workplaces and public spaces to reopen and operate with peace of mind.
Okay, so if I'm just going to walk through this in my mind. It's got to have a battery, and it's probably have something that outputs a signal. So it's transmitting, but then it also needs to receive, and then probably based off of something, it can tell the distance between the two devices. And so when you get within 6 feet, it kind of buzzes or goes off or whatever. I'm thinking the cheapest, the only way to really get everyone to wear one would be if this is like $5. But this has got to be, just because you're asking me how much it costs, more. So I'm going to say it at an absurd price. Everyone has to buy one is like $30.
Okay. 99 pounds.
What?
Which I Googled is...
It's like $150, something like that.
$120.
120.
Yeah. So, and it's from 1K Media. Do you know 1K Media?
No.
They build a lot of, they make microphones. They make mixes for, here we go. Yeah. Oh, pre-order now. Click on pre-order now.
This has got to be a thing. They know this is not gonna go far. They have to know. And
Space Saver, Q3, is September, October, November. What is it? I guess August, September, October.
They have to know. This is the reason it's priced like that. This is only priced for companies that know that they can get points for giving this to their employees.
Oh,
Gotta be it. They know that they can't make every person wear this. No one's gonna want to wear this in public. No one else. It only probably works with other devices, right? So this
it uses near field communication. So
yeah.
couldn't
Maybe it
couldn't
can
you
detect like any phone. I don't know.
I don't know. I was thinking, can't someone just come up with an app for your phone? Because a lot of phones have near field communication.
In fact, I thought I heard something about Apple and Google working together for something like that.
Well, then 1K Media better get this out fast.
Yeah.
Not third quarter.
Yeah. This has got to be a product they don't expect anyone to buy, and only for companies to purchase.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, when I saw it, I thought, oh, that's kind of an interesting idea. I don't think people would wear it. But then when I saw $100 bucks, what? All right.
That's what it is. Beatmaster is reminding me. It was for contact tracing. So if someone that you had been near got the virus, you'd be able to say, hey, I have it, and then notify anybody who was exposed to me. I forgot about that. So here's what Scooter X is saying. He has a quote, it looks like from their site. We created Safe Spacer to help our Italian factory workers maintain safe distance during reopening. It's easy to use, fast to deploy, private, and secure, so it can be used comfortably in any situation. We hope that this solution helps other companies feel secure as they reopen too. Volume discounts available. He also quotes.
Yeah, so you're probably right, because the average person is
no way. No. Any normal person would look at that price and go, I think I can just guesstimate,
Yeah. I can just get 2 yardsticks and tape them together.
Exactly. I think I'll just try to figure it out on my own, is what I think.
So get ready to see this everywhere else since the press releases went out earlier today. Safe, you saw it first. The Safe Spacer. Okay. Coming a little more back down to earth, another neat bike gadget.
May is Bike Safety Month. Strangely, April was Drive Like Crazy on Your Bike Month. I don't understand that. No, okay. So in time for Bike Safety Month, Lavelle has their newest helmet called the Neo. And the Neo they bill as world's safest bike helmet. And this is it, okay? So there are a couple of flashing lights in the front for oncoming motorists to see. And then it is flashing in the back for motorists to see. Now, these lights will come on automatically at dusk, and there's a sensitivity setting on your phone as to if you want them to come on automatically or you want to leave them on, or at what time you want them to come on, depending on brightness. There are turn signals, okay? And you can turn the turn signals on from your phone, or you can turn the turn signals on from the remote control that mounts to your handlebar. And I'm going to hold the helmet up to the camera for a second, because as the turn signals are on, there's a ticking sound in the helmet. And that way you know that the turn signal is on. And then when that stops, you know that your turn signal has gone off. The remote control can do other things. It can, when you push on the button, it can turn on music from your phone. And the speakers are aiming down, stereo, I'm going to shut it so I can talk over it. Stereo Bluetooth speakers aiming down toward your ears so you can hear your music. You can take phone calls. There's a mic in the helmet. If you're getting GPS directions from your phone, you'll hear them in your helmet. If other people who are riding with you are wearing Lavelle helmets, with Bluetooth. Then you can use these as walkie-talkies, okay? So it can do a lot. It has SOS in it. So they told me if you throw the helmet in the air and catch it, you'll set off SOS. I don't want to hit the ceiling or break a light. So SOS will send a text message to someone that you've pre-programmed that you've fallen. You have 90 seconds from the time the SOS goes out to cancel it in case maybe you just dropped your helmet or your bike fell over and you're not hurt. Let me see what else. I think that might be it. Suggested retail is $169. As of May 10th, I did not see it on Amazon yet, but it should be coming out very shortly. The one thing I was not crazy about is the way to charge it, okay? It's a magnetic hookup. And let me just turn the helmet around here. So you open that up. Actually, the thing jumps right into where it's supposed to go. But my feeling is if you lose this cable, I guess you have to get another one from Lavelle. Unless this is a standard cable for other gadgets. I've never seen it before. I don't have anything that charges magnetically. So that's it. The Lavelle Nero. So they have many other models that sort of look like this, but this is the most feature-laden model. That's it.
That is awesome. I don't bike enough to buy it, but if I did, that is like totally something that I would want.
It's pretty neat. And I think they put it on, I dropped them a line and said I'm doing it, and it looks like it's on Amazon now.
Yeah. That is so cool because not only is just the fact that it does the blinker and it gives you an audio notification that the blinker's going on, all that stuff, but also I just hate doing this hand signal. I can never remember them, and I don't like taking a hand off of whatever I'm doing to pull that off. So just having that is really cool. Then you add in SOS, you add in music, you add in like all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
So
and the other
cool.
thing, and I forgot to point it out. I just when you cut to that picture on Amazon, I remembered it. You put the helmet on, and then there's just a dial in the back that you dial in and out so that the helmet fits correctly. Yeah. So you don't have to fuss with the straps and all that. You just dial it until it feels rotate to size.
Yeah, that is so nice. It's expensive.
It's expensive, yes. Although I see a lot of helmets around $100 that are just it looks like expensive. I was just thinking on Amazon, a lot of very expensive helmets. Oh, you get the Vanquish for $300.
Yeah, look at that. So
Whoa.
so it's not much more expensive than a whole bunch of others, but I really like that helmet. That is nice.
Yeah.
I wish I biked more, and then I could consider getting it, because...
well, when you hit 2 million subscribers, you'll get
There you go. Very cool. Very nice.
Yeah. Lavelle Nero. So they have a lot of helmets online, but the Nero is the one that just came out. Okay, so we're going to take a look at another fun bike gadget.
And here we are.
I like combo gadgets, so when I saw the combo bike gadget, I thought this is pretty neat. I don't have a bike, but I bought it anyway, okay? So it is a speedometer. It's also, let me just turn it back on again. It's not going to do all these things because we don't have it hooked up. So it can do your daily trip, your total time, the fastest you went during a trip. I think it's 6 different things it can do. Then you hold the same button that turns on the backlit data panel. Hold that down and you get a bright white light. Push it once, you get a lesser light. Push it again for a blinking light. Push it again for, I don't know, a fog light. It's yellow. And then hold it down again to shut it off. Installing it on the bike handle is pretty easy. This goes on the bike handle. You stretch that around the handle and just hook it on. And the tail light is the same way. Stretch it around where it can fit and then lock it on with this rubber strap. And it's kind of interesting because in the instructions, this is listed as remote control. Okay. So there's nothing to be controlled remotely. So I figured it's got to be the stopwatch. And this had me really guessing. What the heck could that be? I'm thinking, what did they weld something on cockeyed? And then I'm reading instructions and it said, when installing the speedometer, look for the super magnet. And that's when I realized, oh, the super magnet. In the box, it locked onto this. So it comes with a little charging cable. This has a rechargeable battery in it. All right. Took up the speedometer. This goes on one side of the wheel, and the super magnet goes on the other side. And then there are rather elaborate instructions on how to set the speedometer up. Not in the box, but needed is this. Okay, as you can see, the print on it is not for older eyes. $30. And then when I bought it just 2 weeks ago, went on Amazon and said no longer available. So I was looking around for something similar, and I found something really similar that I like better. Okay, so this is this one. I actually covered the name since it's no longer available. But take a look at this. Does this and that not look like they are the same thing? All right. Now, this is why I like this better. The one that I bought comes with this tail light, which runs on two 2032 batteries. But this one, the world famous TESECU, TESECU, comes with a tail light that also has its own rechargeable battery. So I like this better, and they're both about the same price. Now the horn, it also has a built-in horn, okay? Let me get my handkerchief out here. This thing is 120 decibels. I didn't look in the book before I started playing with it. That is loud. So I am going to cover the speaker. So this is kind of interesting. You unplug the horn control and plug in the USB when you want to charge it, which is probably every few months. So the horn sounds like a game show, doesn't it?
Incorrect
But if you
answer.
don't like that, you have other choices. You can have that. Just a long emergency kind of sound. You know, I'm just going to move that a minute. Yes. Okay. That's why maybe even on your bike, you might want to put tape over the speaker. So basically,
if you live in a city,
I like that. Let me go. I like it's like the wrong answer kind of thing. All right, when you get to the wrong answer kind of thing and you want to keep that, you push the lower button, and that now becomes your default bike horn. Okay, that one loud is probably not too bad. It's not too good either. Okay? So that's really loud. But for $30, flashlight, speedometer, odometer, trip indicator, horn, and tail light. I like it. Dick DeBartolo, the Giz Wiz. I would say that I'm one of the most famous people ever. Oh, I'm wrong.
That doesn't have a bad price too at $30.
It does a lot, and it's water resistant. Well, actually, that one says waterproof. Pretty good reviews.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like this.
I like it. I really like it. That horn, I almost wish the horn was more of a standard sound.
Yes,
but
you would think that they would just put a regular sound too.
Yeah. I can't tell if that's like either A, laziness, or B, just like maybe because it's a different sound to get you to look more, but yeah, it seems like it's just a normal.
I don't know. No. I always have the feeling that they were in a factory somewhere from a sound effects box that somebody had, and they said, "We have these chips," and they go, "Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good."
You keep going through, and then you get the laugh track, the
That would
the
be
telephone
very
ring.
funny.
Yeah.
That'd be very funny.
Yes.
For the person who's a sadist, after he knocks somebody down, he plays
Yes.
the laughter.
The laugh track. That's good. I like it.
We're going into Chad's.
You don't need it, but you might want it at Chad's Crappy Corner. Get it.
Okie dokie. So
I like the box already. I can tell from a box if it's.
it's a hefty box.
Yeah.
It's a plastic box. Look at all that stuff on there.
Wow.
So
Wow.
this Crappy Corner has a story, which is I recorded another Crappy Corner, which I'm actually going to end up showing to you. And then I realized we covered this 2 years ago, and so I didn't want to redo my Crappy Corner, so I went and got another Crappy Corner gadget, which I purchased months ago. Then I couldn't find it online. I can't find it in stock anywhere. So to make up for that, we'll give you 2 Crappy Corners in one. The old gadget, which we have covered before, and this new gadget, which good luck trying to find somewhere online. I hope it comes in stock in a moment. So the first Crappy Corner for today. Hey Diggity, so here we are with another hacked together gadget. Today we are taking a look at RetroPie. RetroPie uses a Raspberry Pi as a classic console. So you flash what is called RetroPie onto your Raspberry Pi. So you need those two things, the software and the hardware. Raspberry Pi is very inexpensive, very well-known sort of hacking gadget. And RetroPie is what is running. This will allow you to emulate an absolute ton of games and different consoles and gaming systems. Over here I have one of the folders that you can sort of run here, and you can see some of the names of the systems. GB is Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Classic, Genesis, there'd be Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64. Just all of these different folders represent all of the different consoles that you can run. So I've gone ahead and flashed RetroPie onto my Raspberry Pi. Very easy process. If you've ever flashed things before, there's an easy tutorial on their website. You use Etcher and then you just get it onto the Raspberry Pi. So this is my RetroPie running with the ROMs that I have added. So they don't actually give you the games whenever you flash this. You have to go and get the ROMs yourself. So these are ROMs that I've added, but say for the Nintendo ROM is,
Entertainment System, I have 22
think of it as
games
the game.
available. So we can choose in there, and then you can see all the different games that you have. DuckTales is one of my favorites. Whoops, I accidentally went into settings here. You can, once you're inside of one, so Mega Drive, which is the Sega, is right over here. So if I click over to the side, then it'll go over there. So we have Altered Beast, Duke Nukem. Let's just play one of them. Let's switch. Game Boy Color, I don't really have anything. Game Boy Advance, don't really have much. Game Boy, Legend of Zelda, very good stuff. Let's go back to the Nintendo Entertainment System and let's just play a classic. Probably Super Mario Brothers 2. How about that? So it'll start up the emulation, so you can see that it's launching, it's working, and there you go. The worst Super Mario Brothers that ever existed. You have to do the same sort of select or start buttons whenever you're using this. So I'll choose the princess because she can float. And then you're in playing a game. The controls to get back out, you hit, and so you can see, by the way, I can do all the things and go play the actual game. Oh, I forgot I didn't land correctly. Let's go through this door. I'm not going to play too much of this. We're in the first world. How do I pick this up? There you go. Get out of here. Perfect. Okay, so now that I'm done playing, then I hit select start. Select start. At the same time, maybe. Here we go. Oh, so I hit my mode button. I did this earlier, and I guess I changed that. So you hit your mode button, and then you're back to the menu. And you can even save state. So you can do a few extra things than you could with a normal system, because this is emulating, so you could save your state, save your game, save the exact frame, that sort of stuff.
this is really, really fun. Obviously, RetroPie is free. The ROMs, I mean, if you were really going to be correct about it, you'd go get your old games and somehow get the ROMs off those games, but, you know, most people won't do that. So that's free, and really just the Raspberry Pi is the thing that you got to use. It connects to your monitor via HDMI, so very simple to connect it to any type of monitor, and then you plug it in via the USB, the micro USB port, in order to get it powered. And then I have the controller here, this USB controller, just plugged into the USB here. There's a mapping system that you can go through to map all of the different keys depending on whatever controller. So you can use really any controller if you need it. So there you go, RetroPie, this week's hacked together gadget. And we got another gadget for you because in 2018, we already covered RetroPie. Any questions about RetroPie? Seems pretty fun. Yes, a Rode USB. Yes, I had a Rode USB cable. It was just the first one that I found lying around. You can get so ROMs is that's what was on the cartridge itself, and so ROMs are the games. That is just the file of the game. So if you want to get Mario Brothers, you have to download the Mario Brothers ROM, and just Google around and find them to download them. And then there's really after that, you can go kind of crazy with how you want to hack it together. People make cases for the Raspberry Pi that look like old gaming systems. You can, of course, buy controllers that look like the older systems. You can just kind of go crazy with however much you want to customize it as well. So there you go. My advice, don't put all the ROMs on there. If you kind of overload it, it does kind of like get overwhelming. I would agree, just put your favorites on there. And also when your friends come over, they'd be like, oh, you have this, oh, you have that, instead of scrolling through thousands of ROMs and kind of going like, whoa. Are ROMs safe? It's kind of like anything on the internet. You gotta try to look for the more reputable places. They should, as long as you're not running and installing an executable, which you're not, what you're doing is you're really just downloading a file and putting it into another folder, and then the Raspberry Pi will run it, not on your system. So yeah, okay. Pretty safe. So my other gadget is this, the most complete Mega 2560 project. So this, I really wanted to get into Arduino and learn a little bit more about sort of all the programming that you can do with Arduino. So I picked this up, and to be honest, it was so intense, it was a little scary. There are
oh my God.
many things that you can do with this kit. So this kit includes boards for you to mess around with, and includes like breakout boards, transistors, resistors. You have extra things like this is a joystick module that you can add. So you could add a joystick to your project, fans, stepper motors, remotes, wires, LCD screens or LED screens. I don't remember which one this is. This just has kind of basically everything. Everything, I mean, it doesn't have everything, but really if you want to start getting into Arduino, this is just, I liked it because I didn't exactly know what I wanted to know. And so I felt like this kit would cover it, you know, just get everything. It cost $80, and I thought that was pretty reasonable for the fact that it basically has everything in there. Like I mentioned, I cannot find a place that has this in stock. So I got this, I think at the end of 2019. So here it is. Now, one of the craziest parts of this is its instructions. And it really, really, really goes detailed on the instructions, which is what I love. So here is lesson 1, and it just talks about everything that's inside of it. Lesson 2. Actually, I'm going to skip lesson 2. Is just talking about kind of the board and what Arduino is. Lesson 3 is building a development environment, which includes getting all the programs, sort of setting everything up and whatnot. Lesson 4 is how to do that on a Mac. Lesson 5 is blink and libraries. So in this lesson, all you're trying to do is get an LED to blink. And this is like a 13-page.
Oh, God.
So when I said that it went into like Arduino programming, I was definitely not kidding. And this is definitely hand-holding, which is what I feel like I need. But also this was really intimidating. And I just have not gotten around to actually going through the process. When I first got it, I kind of imagined that it would be more of a, here's a little thing you can make. Here's another little thing you can make. Did not realize it was going to go so detailed, which I like. And now that I know it, I guess I prefer it because I really do want to learn. But it's also one of those things that I can't just sit down for like an hour or two. It feels like much bigger commitment of like a month of learning about how to set this thing up.
Bleak found it.
Bleak found it on eBay. Some sellers have it, which is great. Now it's a little confusing because they do other kits that are like the most complete starter kit for. This is correct, by the way. But they do the most complete starter kits. So like this is the Elgoo, ELEGOO. But if we go to their products, you can see that they have a whole bunch of other most complete starter kits. And that's actually the one we're looking at. This is the most complete starter kit for the UNO R3.
You think they're all sold out because people are bored at home and are buying them?
Possibly.
Just look at them. A lot of them is just totally sold out.
Completely sold out. It's either that or maybe this was something that was only created kind of for the holidays, possibly.
Oh, okay.
Not sure. I don't know. It could be good because I've been getting more into 3D printing. 3D printing stuff is all sold out too. I think it's A, China not producing as much, and then B, people wanting to do something at home and starting up new hobbies at the same time. So I think it's kind of both of that. But this thing is awesome. Very, very happy with it. Very happy with the construction, instructions. I just need to dive into it and invest the time to learn. But there you go. The most complete starter kit for the Mega 2560 board. So there you go. Those were my crappy corners. With that, let's move on to Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Foghorn. All right, so this is like a very different kind of show. We have a different kind of video that we're showing in this segment, which is from Master Sergeant, retired Doug Johnson, who writes Dick and Chad. For the past few weeks, the Air Force and the Navy have been doing flyovers of medical facilities and communities in various parts of the country to say thank you to those people who work so hard, keeping people afflicted with COVID-19 virus. The photos I put together in a little iMovie. It's a way to say thanks to them as well, using pictures from the recent flyovers in Baltimore, Washington, in Washington, D.C., New York City, the Air Force Thunderbirds, and the Navy Blue Angels a couple of weeks ago. If you look on the internet, you'll find various times when the units are doing the same in many states across the nation. This is something very interesting because I heard some complaints. They're using our money. So thankfully, Doug Johnson, U.S. Air Force retired, said many of these are routine training. So it doesn't cost any additional taxpayer money, doesn't cost the taxpayer any additional money. And it's a great way to say thank you to essential workers that until recently have worked behind the scenes and under the radar to keep us safe, healthy, well-fed, and clean. So here is Doug Johnson, Master Sergeant, United States Air Force retired, his little tribute video to the heroes.
These are some good photos. Holy moly. That music just gets your heart pumping. There's no way.
I know.
There's no way to not be jazzed after that. That's crazy.
Yes. And Doug, I said, we worry about copyright. He said, oh, you know what? I have some public
domain.
Not public service, but public domain music that I can replace what I had there with. So, Doug, thank you for doing that. And we consider this a warehouse video segment, so you'll get a Mad Magazine and one of those 38-year-old Alfred E. Newman photos. So just email me your address. I have tears in my eyes. God does everything about what people are doing just is amazing.
Yeah,
just amazing.
Absolutely. There's a lot of silver lining from this time is seeing people come together. That's definitely one of the silver linings of what's.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And we go out every night at 7 to make our own noise. And Dennis has a friend who's a doctor, and they were talking on the phone, and Dennis said, oh, we do this thing at 7. And the doctor said, oh, my God. He said, we hear that all the time. It is so uplifting. He said, well, we're in the hospital. We listen for it at 7. So it's great.
That's awesome. And that is really cool. Well, with that, let's move on to the letter.
Become the letters, your lovely letters. Become the Giz Wiz letters now.
Now.
All right, we have. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. We have 2 emails, Ray the Locks, I did last week, and one I made a statement that I didn't even think about this. So call with a case that I saw the segment on the Ziploc, and you said you could leave your luggage tied to the bench at the airport. No offense, never leave your luggage unattended. If someone sees a locked suitcase, they'll shut down the terminal and evacuate it. So be careful with that. Says call. So do it if you fall asleep in your chair.
There you go.
And you don't want someone to go away with your luggage. Then he'll just wake you up and you'll say, yes, that's my luggage. Email 2. On the last show, you featured the hip lock Z-locks. I thought you might get a kick out of a bike lock at the completely other end of the spectrum, the Altalox SAF lock. And he sent a link to show what that looks like.
Okay, this is quite the lock. So,
oh
this
my
is the
God,
lock.
it's $299.
Yes, it's as much as your bike.
I was just going to say that's $100 more than I paid for my bike.
Yeah. It's really hard to tell size on this, like just how big this thing is. But there is a photo here. There.
Oh my God. Oh, I looked it up. It's more than 13 pounds.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be getting into anything. You
fit around anything?
I don't know. I guess maybe only a bike, really, because I just don't see a way. Like you couldn't put this on the back of like a trailer, anything like that.
No.
I'm so curious about this. Like, what? Why is that? Just to stop people from grinding the?
I guess to get to the shank.
I guess
that is the actual lock.
That is crazy.
Oh my!
Yeah, nobody's. There's a crazy video of someone grinding it. This is a 3-minute video. How does this stand up against angle grinders and stuff? This is a long video, but it's explaining it. So if you're curious, you can watch this. I guess, is some type of technology to stop angle grinders from
going into it. Yeah, I'm going to put the link to that. And also, do you know about this website? He said, I first saw this on the Lockpicking Lawyers YouTube channel.
I have not seen this.
And I sent a link to that. Evidently, I think it's a channel about lockpicking and and the way people have picked locks and what they use to pick the locks with.
Well, I'm interested. That's cool. There it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
massive.
yes. Strong as,
Yeah, no joke. Interesting. Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what he recommends.
If you're into locks and you have a lot of time to kill,
if
you have $300, you could buy that big lock and try to see if you could get into it. Lock it and throw the key away and see if you could find a way into it.
That is really neat. That is massive. What a massive lock. It's just there really is only one thing that could be locked.
Yes. And we have to thank Robin Holtje, Holtje. Robin, this is fascinating.
At that point, I think you would just go after the pole that it was locked to.
Yes, that would be way easier, wouldn't it? Just cut the pole off at the base.
Yeah.
I think that's the way. So now you sort of have the two ends of locking. We had the cheapest hip lock Z lock was, I think, $12.50. And then we have the Alta lock SAF lock, which is $299. So
that is crazy. Thank you so much for sending that in.
Thank you, Robin.
Huge thank you also to our patrons over at patreon.com/Giz Wiz. You guys rock. Thank you so much for supporting the show every single episode. You guys are amazing. If you are a patron, this is our time to say thank you. We really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. If you like the show, please consider giving back over at patreon.com/GizWiz. You can also find a link to our Patreon at our website, gizwiz.tv. Click on the Patreon tab. There's a big banner there to follow that to Patreon. Also there, if for some reason you don't want to give via Patreon, you can click this link right here and you can give via PayPal as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you to those of you who support us. Speaking of gizwiz.tv, that's where we record the show live just about every Thursday. Here we are live on the site. 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern time. If there's ever a change in the schedule, which there hasn't been in months, it'll be at
probably
the top.
won't be.
Probably won't be. It'll be at the top of the website. You can also subscribe on iTunes. We have an RSS feed, and YouTube is also an option. Or you can just check the site, gizwiz.tv, and watch all the episodes there. Also, head on over to gizwiz.biz. That's Dickie D's website. There you can play What the Heck Is It? And also see fantastic articles written up by Dickie D himself about all the gadgets we cover. There's some of the ones from last week. Click on What the Heck Is It to play What the Heck Is It? And this is the gadget. The whole gadget, nothing but the gadget. And this is obvious to me that it is a ergonomic kazoo. So if you think that you know what this is, get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. 6 Mad magazines for correct answers, but 12 Mad magazines for funny, clever, hilarious, or interesting answers. So get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. You got 2 months to get that in, so you got some time because we're at the start. That about wraps it up for our show. So we'll see you next week.
I'll be here.